Wait for it.
There it is. Get some.
Kaboom.
Reverse dunk. And one. Tell him it's an and. There it is. Tell him it's an
Count
and
it.
one.
Count it.
Hey, did you guys see that? Count it. Aaron Gordon, significantly cooler than Nuggets fans realize, I think, right now. That's the number one thing I would say. His cool stock is
cool guy.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Aaron Gordon preview.
Air horn Gordon.
Let's Air Gordon.
That's good, actually, Eric. You brought it.
Why
man.
does it take so long to acknowledge something is good?
Oh, my gosh. All right, here we go. Let's start off by looking at last year's stats. And these stats, by the way, just with Denver. His last year, we don't care about those Orlando numbers. Those aren't real numbers. Let's go to last year's stat.
It's not even a real place.
Orlando. Here we've got it. 10 points per game. Okay, we got 26 minutes per game. A little surprising maybe there. 26.6% from the three-point line. Not so great, but 4.7 rebounds. Vote. What stands out?
Looking at 4.7 rebounds, I think that number could be higher. I think Malone would like it to be higher. Sounds like a point of emphasis for him. Mm-hmm. You also think about how well Michael Porter Jr. rebounded in the more traditional power forward role.
Yeah.
And he's kind of been more of a small forward. I guess that's up for debate.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Gordon's got to pick up that slack. One of those two guys needs to fill up that column.
So he's got 6 rebounds 6.5 when he was in Orlando. At the years prior to that, he was over 7. So he was a 7 to 8 per game rebound kind of guy. So I'm with you. I think that's one number that
there's a lot of guys trying to get rebounds in Denver. I remember post trade deadline when Jamal Murray's like, Coach Malone came to me and he was like, I want you to get 5 rebounds a game.
Yeah, I feel
they should just miss more shots.
It's very hard to get the offensive rebounds for sure. Yeah. Eric, what stands out?
The 3-point percentage, not to steal a bit from Brendan, but it's quite low. And yet he still shoots them all the time. I'd like to see fewer and fewer 3-point attempts from Aaron Gordon.
Eric's
and
the
more,
opposite of everyone else.
And more slashing.
Just
more
dunking.
Slashing and dashing and
yes,
dunking.
I want Aaron Gordon to be the upgraded version of Kenneth Faried.
I'm with you on this.
Imagined him being. I want to see him in the dunker spot. Like, I know that it's good to stretch out and get space in a basketball.
It's good to stretch the court from the dunker too.
Yes, but I just think that his skill set is and his power is being powerful, being a powerful athlete, and I just want him to see him maximize that and not just spend. I mean, every time he shoots a 3, I close my eyes. Like they don't look good.
You close your eyes every time he shoots a 3. Metaphorically,
physically. I physically close my eyes every time.
Yeah.
Wind, what stands out?
Only 26 minutes per game. Right. Aaron Gordon, in my mind, is a 30-minute per game player at least. I mean, you've got to think he's going to be on the floor at the end of mostly every game just because Denver needs his defense, and I just feel like he's one of the guys that should be penciled in for around 30 a game this year.
Yeah, I think Harrison, the ankle, played a factor. Remember, he didn't close some games, and Malone told us that was why.
100%, and this is one of the things that we'll go. We have 2 big questions, so I'll put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that because we're going to come back to it. We'll go to the little question first. What's the little question here? We got little question marks floating around. How much will training camp help to integrate his skill set? So this is the question. How much do you think last year he was just trying to fit in, but this year it's like, all right, here's what he does. Here's where it fits to us.
I'm not sure how much of that happens at training camp at this level for the best players, especially in an environment where, Jamal's not playing. Jokic isn't there for some of it.
So Jokic already knows all the plays.
Jokic is all the plays. So
I am the plays, brother.
I think it'll,
that was
I think
the
totality of a summer where they're working out together and there's a training camp and there's these open runs and the preseason, I think you're going to see him look more comfortable.
I think you'll see him look more comfortable. I think he's honestly going to try to expand his offensive role from what it was last season.
Is he going to explore his game?
I think he's going to do a little exploring.
Okay.
Wins the best.
Last season, Aaron Gordon came here and was like, I don't want any shots. I just want to defend and rebound and just hustle.
I liked that, though.
I did, too.
I did, too. I think he's going to look to score more. He's going to look to shoot more threes. I'm sorry. I think he's going to just look to get to the rim and force the issue on offense more.
Yeah. I just want to jump up. I really like your point because I do think guys can emphasize just attacking more. And look, maybe it's less sexy or this is more comfortable shoot threes. But if you get in the mindset of I'm not a 3-point shooter except for a wide open catch and shoot corner this spot or that spot, but I am a just attack, always attack, always attack, always attack. And if you have that mind frame, to me, I'm with you. He's a super Kenneth Faried.
There is nothing sexier than catching bodies.
That's
the
so
sexiest
true.
thing there is.
Oh my god, it's so sexy. It's so sexy. All right, so here's the Here's the big question, the real big question, guys, because there's two things that can affect him. One is the training camp being more integrated, but the other is, what does a healthy AG look like? By all accounts, he's healthy. And by the way, by all accounts, he hasn't been healthy for a couple years. Yeah. We might be seeing the first year of prime Aaron Gordon, prime physically, but also prime skill set. All right, back to you, Harrison.
I think it's a guy. It's funny. A lot of people just know Aaron Gordon as the guy in the dunk contest. Yeah. To a lot of the NBA, that's who Aaron Gordon is. And that's the number one thing I'm going to be looking for to determine if he's healthier or not. It's going to be if he's dunking more, if he's dunking on people, if he's just trying to dunk more, if he's throwing himself at the rim.
Right. That's second part for me, even more important. Just, are you trying? Are you going at guys? And he was in the first preseason game especially. Yeah. Just like barreling at guys.
He looks fearless right now in the paint, and that to me is a sign of somebody who's very confident in their body and just how healthy they are.
How about turning corners too? Not just dunking, but looking quick, turning the corner on mismatches, bigger guys, slower-footed guys. There was some north-south success because he's such a truck last year, but I think he's a quicker and faster player than he's looked to date in a Nuggets uniform. Seen some of that through 2 games so far. I've got my eye on that.
Yeah, I mean, explosion was something that was missing last year. He was not explosive.
Horizontally or vertically.
No, and it was something that it's exactly true what you say. I knew him as the dunk contest guy only. Yeah. It was only when I listened to medium grade podcast, Keeping It 1000, and George Karl was talking about how what a great defender he was, and that's an underrated element of Aaron Gordon's game that people didn't know about, and I myself did not know about it. That's when I got really excited about the prospect of bringing him on, and we saw that. It was bizarre because then we didn't see the other side, which is what I thought we were getting, which is just like the number 50. And in the preseason, it seems like he does feel more healthy. It's always funny to have to try to just guess what's going on with these guys. Like we're thinking the ankle was hurt or something. Like it just didn't feel right. It didn't seem right. But it looks like more in line with what I was expecting so far in the preseason.
Yeah. Through 2 preseason games, I'm fully in that, yes, he is healthy. And here's the thing. Having 2 hyper-athletic, unique-bodied guys at your forward spots, to me, you always talk about most guys are going to put their best defender from the forward spot on Michael Porter. But there's other teams that their best defender also happens to be their strongest guy. And then it's like, okay, well, we got to decide, do we want to put strength on AG or do we want to put defense on MPJ? And if you're compromised at all in that spot, to all of a sudden now AG, he has a lesser defender, but he's also just got a scrawnier guy. Feast! That's what I'm saying. Go to the boards. That's your rebound. Get that mouse in the house out of here.
Feast de resistance.
Even a little bit. I don't love him posting up a ton, but against those switches, bury your guy deep. Yeah. So you either get rebound position or you get the catch, dunk on this fool. That to me is what is going to be different. We saw a lot of it last year. That's why the numbers were so great with the fully healthy Nuggets. But you bring that up 5-10% athletically to a healthy AG, and I just think it snowballs. So
this is a hype cast now, man.
This is a hype cast.
Dude, last pod of the day. Let's keep this going.
Let's keep it going. All right, you want to get real hyped? Let's go to the list.
Whoa.
I love this from Gordon. You get a strong pin down here on the left side of the court. Then you have an option here, pitch back. But he doesn't. He keeps it. And so now you're getting over here to the reversal, and you got a center out on Gordon. Watch how quick that move was. I love it. I mean, this is some burst from Gordon here. And he draws the foul. This is one area where Aaron Gordon can really be effective for Denver, which are these little duck ends. It looks like just a classic over-under play here. You're going to bring him over the top, him under. Guys usually kind of half-speed this one. But you'll see right here, turns on the Jets, seals his guy, and Jokic throws the most ridiculous pass. Look at the pass from Jokic. Slow it down. Sideways, like over-the-head hook pass, and it goes, boom, right there into that pocket. So the defense thinks he has it, jumps over and gets it. Great pass by Jokic, but a really good cut from Aaron Gordon to seal and use his strength. He's going to be stronger than almost everybody he goes up against, and that's exactly how you use that. These are the type of plays I'm really hoping Aaron Gordon's able to finish. Just a power move. Nothing sexy about it. Gets fouled, but still a very aggressive move that you want to, again, The Nuggets will be a lot better if they can establish that defenses have to put a strong player, physically strong player on Aaron Gordon, because the teams don't often have a strong center that can guard Yoke, a strong, physically strong player that can guard Gordon, and their most talented defender to guard Porter all in the backcourt. In my opinion, this is exactly the type of post moves Aaron Gordon should be going for. Spin, spin, at the basket. The reason I like it is he's just going at the basket. You're just trying to attack shoulders. Attacks that shoulder, so he's got to go hard. Attacks the other shoulder, and you're at the rim. There's no falling away. There's no fading away. This is just go up strong. Use your power. Another great example of Aaron Gordon in the pick and roll. Isaiah Hartenstein the big. Tags, rolls, power move. Makes the contact with Isaiah Hartenstein, knocks him off, finishes at the rim. This is one of the things about Aaron Gordon that Denver really needs to take advantage of. You don't want teams to feel comfortable switching this. Here they do. So he gets a little guy on him. Rolls hard, so then you have to get the tag here. So if Facu were to keep his dribble alive, the big is not in position to guard the screen, and you've got to switch. So what I like about this, Facu quickly recognizes it, has Jay Green basically pop, and he's telling him over the top now, right? Michael Porter should probably be a little bit more out here in the corner just to create a little bit extra spacing. But nonetheless, this is what you want. Everybody wants to switch in today's NBA. The Nuggets want to get to a point where teams don't feel comfortable switching against them because they have so many guys that could take advantage of a mismatch. Gordon does a great job here of getting physical and getting up and almost dunking it. Looks like he gets it, but he doesn't, and the play dies. But you can watch this again, just how nice this action is. Boom, got the switch. Everybody reads it over the top, and now it's just put it away. So close to being a great dunk off of a single ball screen. Here is a simple but important action the Nuggets ran against the Minnesota Timberwolves. You got spacing, only guy on one side. Then you got Aaron Gordon in the pick and roll with Jokic as the ball handler. So this is an inverted 5-4 pick and roll with your 3 on the weak side, 2-guard spacing. Not very many teams are able to run this. The threat of AG on the roll pulls the weak side in, opens it up just enough for a wide open splash. It's just a crazy, I don't know another team in the NBA that can run 5-4 pick and roll with their 3 spacing. It's very unique. What's interesting about these plays is the Nuggets have taken different turns running Jeff Green as the screener on pick and rolls and Aaron Gordon as the screener on pick and rolls. And I think a large of this, what's nice is in the first half they'd have Isaiah Hartenstein on Jeff Green. Second half they're trying him out on Aaron Gordon here. And look, same result. Such a value to be able to put a small ball center who can be such an above the rim threat as Aaron Gordon, but Jeff Green not far behind him at all. This should be a go-to action for Aaron Gordon, but he didn't recognize it, and you could see how upset Jokic gets. Inside screen, but what I like about this is look how high. So Towns is now trapped on the high spot. This is terrible defense from Towns. I mean, he's in transition, so he's a little lazy. But this happens a fair amount, especially on a 5-4 inverted pick and roll. This isn't like a set play. This is an impromptu 5-4 inverted pick and roll. But what Yoke wants, which is what Gordon should have read, Gordon should be reading this. Right now, he should have read this. This is a very easy read to make, is that you now have almost an entire half of the court to roll and get it. And watch Yoke is like, oh my God, where are you at, dude? Come on. And I thought for a while, look how mad there's nothing Jokic gets bothered by more than when there's something simple that should happen and somebody misses it. I thought maybe it was a foul, but there's no foul on this play. I don't think he's mad at any person. There's no contact. He's mad because he's like, hey, come on, man. How do you not see this? Just look at him. Dude, it's a dunk. Gordon's got to recognize that a lot better. You get a guy stuck on the high side, Yoke's going to put pressure to force this switch. You just roll really hard, and you're going to dunk it from about right here, and it's going to make SportsCenter's top 10. Nuggets may use Aaron Gordon at the 5 in certain lineups, given that they don't have a traditional 5. I mean, you got Jeff Green on the court right now. You got Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon is the one basically in the Jokic role up here up top, setting some ball screens. He gets a little pin down here. But what's interesting is watch his man, the center, is guarding him off of this little pin down deep into the paint. He's basically just camping in the paint. And this is why it's so important for Gordon to be able to have confidence in his jump shot on this one, because he's effectively being just given this one. You see Zubac didn't even jump out on him, basically just daring him to step in and knock it down. So the Nuggets may use Jokic off ball, and if so, Gordon is the type of guy that can sort of do center type things out here. But in those circumstances, whether Jokic's on the floor or not, Gordon's going to have to be able to knock shots like this down with confidence. Otherwise, teams will just continue to play him the way Zubac did there. One thing I've noticed about AG is he can have a tendency to not be shot ready. Right here you see it, Michael Porter getting ready. Aaron Gordon's on his heels. So when it comes to him, he's not set. He does an awkward step where he's off balance, right to left leg instead of left to right, which would be more common for him, and the shot's off. So one thing about him is just not always shot ready. Tough back-to-back possessions here for Gordon. First, the screen gets kind of thin on the screen for whatever reason, and Jeff Green anticipates that this is going to be open, but the screen just wasn't quite good enough, turns into a steal. Then Gordon back on defense here, kind of jogs back, allows him straight to the cup. Bad on both ends, that results in a turnover and 2 points the other way.
What a segue. What a transition.
Just click mailbag, we'll do it. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
Sorry, Eric.
Wow,
There's just not enough room in the bag.
All right, what do you guys think? You think AG can be
Y'all can have the
consistent
bag.
enough as your third best player while Jamal is out to lead us to a top 3 or 4 seed? This comes from Great Dad All Day. Great Dad All Day.
Was that a real one, or is that one of those that we just made up?
Nope, that's a real one. That's to the best of my knowledge, that's a real one. Because it just started with the you think. That's how it was. All right, do you think that 3 or 4 seed?
3 or 4 seed? Yeah. I don't think, here's my answer. I don't think Aaron Gordon needs to be the third best player for that to happen.
Right.
That's sort of how I would, and I think a lot of people are going to brace for that. He's the splashy deadline edition. Jamal's out. Who steps up? Who steps up? Who steps up? Aaron Gordon stepping up can happen in a variety of ways. We've called some of them out: defending, rebounding, just being that dude. Doesn't have to come in here and be your third best scorer. In fact, I'd say that's what Will Barton is for.
Okay.
I think he definitely could be that guy during the regular season. Our last images of Aaron Gordon were in the playoffs. Playoffs, your weaknesses get exposed. You know, his three-point shot got exposed at times in the playoffs. Just some of his capabilities on offense, like the things he couldn't do, were highlighted a little bit. But in a regular season environment, Aaron Gordon is a very good two-way player. He's a good offensive player in the regular season, good defensive player. So I think he's going to be fine as that type of guy.
Eric, 3 or 4 seed, should that be the goal for this Nuggets team?
Well, it represents home court advantage, so
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
But realistic, what I mean by that is if I said, they should be the 1 seed, you think, okay, they don't have Jamal, maybe that's unrealistic. But 3 or 4, is that the realistic, that's where they belong?
Well, here's what I know is that this squad, as it's basically constructed last year down the stretch after losing Jamal, had the best winning percentage in the NBA.
Right. Second best. But
Second best winning percentage in the NBA. Like, they just didn't skip a beat in the regular season. They just kept winning games. Aaron Gordon, like Harrison Wind says, has a very dominant skill set for the regular season. Like, he can absolutely lock people up. Yeah. He can absolutely press his will and his.
He's just big and athletic and explosive,
yes.
And that gets things done in the regular season.
It gets the people talking, and so we can absolutely yes, I think that by all means he can absolutely help the Nuggets succeed when people aren't scheming against him specifically.
To me, it wasn't even in the playoffs about scheming against him. It's just that, the floor fell out from Denver, and they just didn't have answers as a team. They didn't have answers for some of the stuff that defenses could throw at him. And I think asking Aaron Gordon now to do something, that he's not, it doesn't make sense. But you put Murray back in there, you put Will Barton back in there, and I'm like, yeah, I think he's going to score very efficiently, maybe lower volume. I'm not sure that those 12 points per game, that's not indicative of who he is, 12, 13, maybe a 14, but I think that's who he is. I just think it's going to be incredibly efficient. Let's go to the next one. What else we got from the old mailbag?
Dig around in here.
Over under 7.5 times this season, Aaron Gordon catches a body. This comes from the homie Miroslav. I love it. Over or under 7.5?
This line is huge. This line is huge, man.
Dude, no, it's not. Do you know how many games there are?
82.
So he already caught one body. He caught Hartenstein.
Does that count?
Yes, he dunked over him. It was an LU. He like
in the preseason.
Oh no! It doesn't count. I'm just saying there's been two at this point. There's been 2 preseason games. He had one body.
So he's going to do it in 50% of the games.
He will
catch
so 41 bodies.
Minimum 40 bodies.
Hang on,
41 bodies caught.
I'll go first. I'm going over. He's catching bodies this year, guys. He's catching a lot of bodies, and I think 3 or 4 of them are going to be like for real posters.
This is an over for me too. This is no
over 7.5. This is the dunk fest year. Yeah. We asked him what's your favorite part of the game, and he gave some answers. Dishing, driving, handling, whatever. But then
he gave you the answers Michael Malone wanted
him to give. But then at the end, he said, "Dunking." Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
Funniest
I'm going to take
the dunking.
I'm going to take the under.
Dunking's got to be so fun.
It's a lot. He's done like 1 in a Nuggets uniform so far.
Well, he's done 1 this preseason.
And he's done 1 this preseason. All right, hey.
I hope you guys are right.
Pessimistic vote over here. Eric.
Dude, bad vibe votes.
Bad vibe vote.
Sorry, dude. Still bummed from last night.
What?
Over?
Of course. I was glowing on his. Right. We had a combo.
Eric's like, pick up on my...
We were tag teaming
Next
that
mailbag,
way
let's
over.
go. Let's see. What improvement do you think for AG in the future? What improvements do you think for AG in the future? The fact that he is only 26 years old.
I think this is not an English speaker. I want to.
Okay. All right, Kurtzky. It's a good question. So I think he's asking, what improvements do you think he makes in the future? He is young. He is only 26. Like, he's at a point where adding to his game is a real thing. Harrison, what do you think he's going to add? Or what should he add?
I think his shot can get better.
Sure.
Definitely. And playing in an offense around Nikola Jokic compared to playing an offense around Mo Bamba, that's going to give you better shot quality. So I think his shot could get better. It seems like it might already be better this season. Defensively, he's already really good, but I think defensively his rep is going to continue to grow and grow as he's on better and better teams. And I'm very interested to see what he can do from a ball handling perspective. We've seen this a little in the preseason. Point Aaron Gordon.
Right.
Like, Denver loves to initiate their offense from Nikola Jokic, obviously, at the center. I want to see, what he can do and how he can get better initiating the offense from the 4. So,
Eric, what do you think?
Staying in his lane. He can learn to maximize what he's good at and cut away the things that he's not, and just really take advantage of the physical gifts he's been given and not try to be a player that he's not. Like he was in Orlando asked to be sort of everything, which was, we know it is not a good role for Aaron Gordon. Like, he is a specialist that was asked to be a generalist, right? And so I just want to see him like just really become the physical dominating force that we know he can be. And
I would pretty similar. I would say shot selection. I liked his in Denver.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
I did too. I just still think like I'm going to get greedy with it. Knowing what his role is in Denver. There's still some clear out it's me time that he doesn't need to ever fade away, or take one off the dribble in my opinion.
There does come to a point where if you're a coach, you just got to let him have one of those every once in a while.
You're right.
Sure. Yeah.
You're right.
It's like when Kendrick Perkins got the post up at the beginning of every game.
But can those be like
you got to keep him?
He's better though. Like that. Let's not say that. Like
he's not Kendrick Perkins.
A post up fadeaway is not a Kendrick Perkins.
You got to just let your guy try to eat.
But the ratio, can those be
sometimes
plays called for him, plays where he's heavily involved versus like, oh, it's Aaron time? And I just think the latter isn't necessary, but you're right.
I think you guys are all aiming a little low here because the question is he's 26, and it's not necessarily about like this year. Like, yes, those things are all important, and I think you're right. But what can he add to his game? So could you, for example, could he get to the point where his post game is a real weapon? So it's not just you have a switch in deep post position, we'll give it, but to a thing where it's like teams can't switch because they're like, he's too good in the post. We can't ever let a guard get switched on to Aaron Gordon because he eats in the post. Like, that's an example of a thing he can add, and I think will add to his game. He's not Akeem Olajuwon. You don't need it's just I'm so big, I go to my left shoulder, and if you bite hard, I spin back. And just little things like that where a guy that's given up 20 pounds, it's I'm sorry, barbecue chicken. But I would even go another direction here. To me, it's his handle, and in particular, his handle in the pick and roll. Guys love to work on their handle, especially at the forward spot, on moves, right? Crossover, go right, hesitate, whatever. I think for him, Luka, look, you guys are going to roll your eyes here. He's not Luka. But one of the things about Luka is he's the same body type, right? He's 6'8", strong guy.
He'll lock down Luka.
But what I'm saying, he is
Luka.
defensively. But offensively, he can learn to run the pick and roll in a way where it's just you go around the screen or whatever, and I use my size on you. Like once you're on my hip, you never get back because I'm so big that I just and it's a functional pick and roll handle that if he gets that, I'm sorry, it's over. Teams are so compromised trying to guard the Nuggets.
Especially because it's and then the other guy in that equation is Jokic.
Right,
And then you have
of
number
course.
advantages, 2 good passers and everything.
And this is the thing. They just locked Aaron Gordon up for 4 more years. So this year plus 4 more. That's the thing is he doesn't have to have all of this right now, but is it by the end of the year he's a little better? By the end of next year he's like supreme at it? That's what I hope. All right, what else we got? Last one. What will AG's single game season highs be for scoring, rebounding, and assists? I'm going with 27, 13, 17. I think he goes on a big game if and when Yoke sits. All right, so let's just start with points here. We'll go really quickly. What do you think his high will be for points, Wind?
33.
I like it. So he has one game where it's just kind of a breakout. Like, I like it. Eric?
Maybe 35.
I'm saying more like 28.
Okay, 28 piece in there. 28 piece.
30.
Ding.
I'm gonna go 31. I'm gonna go 31.
Shit.
I think it sounds like Wynn's a little bit higher. Yeah, I gotcha. Wynn's a little bit higher. I do think 31's a lot. I do think he has a handful of like 25 plus point per game. But again, do the Nuggets need it? And also, like if Aaron Gordon's giving you 25, you're probably up 20.
Yeah,
you're probably up 20 because Yoke or MPJ or Murray or Bart, like somebody else has showed up that night. So I think that's how it works. All right, rebounds.
I would love to see that 15 game. I don't know if I would call it. I would probably mean 12, 13, but I would love to see one.
15 rebound game would be freaking incredible from AG.
Yeah.
He'll king of the game that game.
I'll say 12.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kenneth Faried had a game where he had like 20 rebounds or close to it.
Yeah, the thing is, Kenneth Faried went for every single rebound ever.
It's probably like 14.
Oh man, you got to dream big. I'm gonna go with 17. I think 17 rebound game. Here's the thing. I think it could be a great point of emphasis for him. And if you want to talk about how can he get those points up, this is it. Teams don't want to switch. Denver has too many guys you don't want to switch against. If he just learns that lesson, constantly gets guys to switch. And all right, Fred VanVleet, you got caught behind on a screen. Guess what I'm gonna do? Just go grab this board and dunk it on your head because you're 5'3". I just think he can do that almost every single game.
Something venomous about the height part of that comment, but all right,
in there. Assists, I'll just skip on that. We'll go to the next one. I don't know.
8, 9.
Yeah, so I don't know.
2.
He can have some assists. He's a good passer, but I don't think it's a shocking number. All right, what else do we got? Oh, bold prediction.
Let's get bold, boys.
Hey.
Let's get bold, fellas. Let's get bold. Let's go with Wind.
I think Aaron Gordon is going to make his contract look like a steal.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a steal for Denver, locking him up for 4 years at that number.
Wow. All righty.
Offensively, I think Aaron Gordon just going to have a great season.
I think the only thing that can make that look like a steal is the salary cap going up significantly. Otherwise, it's going to be very
It
difficult.
probably will.
Yeah. Buckle up.
All right, vote.
He's going to have the best dunk of the year in the league.
I love it.
It's gonna
Let's
be
go.
number 1.
Is it a fast break or
You're
is it a
gonna have-
poster?
Fast break. It'll be Goatman Tater. Bo, what's his last
What?
name? The NBA, the top 10 NBA guy. The Goatman Tater. He's great.
I've never heard that.
That's-
before.
is that a word?
Goatmentator? What?
We got to get him. We got to get him on the Nugget Show, but that's for another. Yeah, he's gonna call it number 1. Aaron Gordon throws it down.
Eric?
My prediction is that Aaron Gordon will win the slam dunk contest.
Redemption! He's back!
He will get the 50.
Mr. 50!
I love it. Mr.
He will
50.
get it done this year. He took a hiatus. He's feeling healthy. He's going to sit and be like, you know what? The people of Denver deserve this. I'm going to do it not for those bums in Orlando, but for these beautiful people of Denver, Colorado. I'm going to win this. I'm going to jump over a Kia, and I'm going to win this goddamn slam dunk contest. Let's
And
go.
he and Barton do a music video about it immediately.
I think he's got
after.
to jump over a Subaru or something. To
Oh,
make
great
it
point. Great point. Great point. Great
Denver.
point.
No, it's going to be Alexis.
I think it's the mile high dunk, right? You get a mile high. I like it.
All right, he has to jump. Oh, you know what it is?
He should
going to jump
longboard off a
No, he's going to
ramp.
jump over Bull.
Oh, let's go!
Let's freaking go.
Mine, which is the best one, he has a career year by a decent margin. Same as Will Barton. I think Aaron Gordon.
Notice
Talk
career
about
year.
going to the well.
A
Harrison,
career
what was
year,
he telling
guys.
you about repeating your takes?
This is a repeat from a different one.
Okay, all right.
Guys, typically, you know what happens right here? We say goodbye to the non-members and members only. We get we go to the members only section. But guess what? We're being generous. We know
Everyone,
you guys are
come
hyped
on,
about
man.
AG. Everybody, get a little taste. There's a little sample. It's like
Get around,
the
kids.
Costco sampler here. You want a little sampler? We're giving that to you.
Wow, Costco. Shoot for the
Shout
stars.
out. And let's do some bonus segments. Let's
You do
go
need a
to
membership.
Wind Chimes. Everybody calm down. Calm yourself. Namaste.
Chimes.
Namaste.
Chimes.
All right,
Metallic
sourced
squid
reports.
himself.
Harrison.
Yeah. It's funny, talking to people around the team, you definitely get the sense that Aaron Gordon is healthier this year, not just than he was last year, but than he was like 2, 3, 4 years ago.
When he was in the dunk contest, he's healthier.
Even, like, I don't know. When was he in the dunk contest? How many years ago was that?
Two, I think.
3?
2 or 3 years ago.
Three?
Yeah.
The last couple years in Orlando, I think definitely the last year he was there and then 2 years ago, the guy has not really been healthy. He had like a hamstring thing, an ankle thing. He's the healthiest he's been now in a couple years, and that's got people around the team really, really excited. So I think that's helped with his explosiveness that we've been seeing in training camp in the preseason. The other thing that I've been hearing more and more is that the buzz that's gotten out about how Aaron Gordon has really liked his time in Denver, how he wanted to be here, that's 100% real, man.
You could see it in his face, man.
He really wanted to get that contract done.
That's awesome.
To come back to Denver, because I really think that he saw the other side of the NBA world in Orlando, and he got a taste of what being on a contender and playing alongside other really good players
and
for
culture,
a competent organization.
Right.
And he was like, I want more of that. I want to be here. So Aaron Gordon wanting to get that deal done was a big reason why it did. So
the tide's turning, don't you feel, on
Yes.
Denver?
Yes.
I feel like, and this is not a 1 year thing, but you're just hearing it more and more. Austin Rivers, even Jeff Green.
Green.
We're starting to see where guys are like, like Denver is chill as a city, and also just this org is really, it's the real deal.
Dude, even the way you said this org is chill, bro. Denver's chill. Don't you say the whole word?
Isn't that the first word? No, I said Denver's chill.
No,
The
this
org, the real
Denver
deal.
is chill.
Denver, but that's the word
Denver's
you would
chill.
use to describe Denver. It's chill. And you know what Aaron Gordon is? Chill.
Chill, bro. Still chill.
The chillest of all bros. He gives pieces when he tries that. When he's done with the
All right,
video, he
guys.
goes, all right, guys.
What's up?
Peace. Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah, no, we've
Chill
been
AF.
talking about this for years, and it like really parallels the rise of the Denver Nuggets themselves. Just the idea that perceptions of a place can change. We kept thinking it was going to happen with Jokic. Like, were people going to want to come to play alongside a player of his stature? Like, he won the MVP. Like, now I think it's actually becoming a real thing. It's not just a talking point that we talk ourselves into.
If you don't want to play in Denver, there's something wrong with you.
That's
Yeah,
right. Something wrong with you.
like, what are you not chill, bro?
And I also think, Eric, it's not just play with Jokic. I think there is now some play for Tim, play for Malone. These guys will do right by you. It's a professional
Everybody
org.
fucks with Tim.
You know,
Mike.
all the figureheads are they seemingly walk the walk if you're listening to Austin Rivers' comments of what you want to hear as leaders
Right.
of culture.
Yep, Michael Malone, I do think part of this. Any other chimes? That's all I got. All right, guys, it's time to play a little Rate the Highlight.
Oh yes, dude. 10.
Highlight, little
It's a
dunk
10.
contest. It's only fitting that we're doing dunk contest style
We had
ratings
to.
for
It's
our
only
guy,
right.
Aaron
Don't
Gordon.
everyone throw your 8s
So
out. You
here's
can't
why.
use it.
Here's why I want to set the table here, because I know you've talked about, is he an in-game dunker, this or that? Well, let's go to the tape. Let's go to the tape here. What do we got? What's our
To
first
the
one,
tape.
Kale? Oh, the Lakers. Oh! Clear the lanes.
So dope.
Get out of here. Let me just see
God,
here.
imagine if you could do that.
That is a full windmill.
Oh, full-on
He starts with it in
windmill.
front of his face.
God, it is not even like,
God.
it doesn't like sneak over the rim
No,
either.
no.
Like, I'm
This
sorry.
is a 10.
That's
My
an arm
God,
circle.
Eric.
9 out of 10.
Eric,
The first
not impressed with a live in-game windmill.
I thought I
Wow. Well, you apologize personally to AG. Unbelievable. All right, what do we have this next one? There's no defender on the court, is there? It's just Giannis Antetokounmpo. Get the Giannis. Play it again. Play it. This clip only had one clip of it. Apparently, I thought I had. Maybe I screwed up, guys. I apologize.
That's all right, bro. It's all right,
but we'll
bro.
go ahead and play this one again from the beginning. And look at this. Giannis is like, what do I do? Pretend it's a charge? Yeah, get out of here. That's a great one. It's on the Finals MVP, guys.
10.
I'm sorry. You're just.
I'm gonna give that Nate.
I think Eric is like.
I mean,
I give it a 9.
I was going to give it an 8. I
Give
don't
it an
know.
8. Just be honest. Be
Dude, he
yourself.
put the
Be your true
MVP
self.
on a poster in Target.
Well, you're right. It's Miley Cyrus status.
That's a callback.
I just feel like,
folks.
I don't know, it could be like a little bit. It's not as violent. I like a dunk to be violent. The first one was violent, but I gave it a 9.
All right, let's see if there's any violence coming up here. What do we have?
That is so dope.
Guys, he's just in midair.
take
Just had
me now.
the presence of mind to be like, you know what?
All right,
Let's
all
go behind that.
See, now that's a 10. That's a 10. There's an element of it being nothing to add to the dunk itself. You take it over the top for no good reason.
Yeah, just like, I'm up here. I might
pure
as well
showmanship.
find something to do here.
That's a
Just
10.
That's an effort. It's Orlando in
Guys,
midair.
I'm
That's
telling you, people don't realize how athletic this dude is. All right, what do we got? What's next? Okay. Why did you try to jump on this one? Why? Look at that. If you watch
There
this
goes
one the
my hero.
slow-mo, he just floats. Like, play it again. Watch the float on the second view here. He's just floating.
and then a
Just floating
straight.
to
I
the
love the
sideways.
vertical flush down.
That's a 9.
dude.
This one's a 9. This
Niner.
one I give it, but it's still a really good. I mean, a 9. It's not like it's a disappointment. That's really good.
Aaron
All right, we have one
Gordon's
more.
Really bulked up since these days.
We got one more. Okay, let's see here.
I
What
love his
happens?
highlights, man.
Through the lane. Another just for no reason. We'll do a little reverse. I forgot to clip this
a
one.
double
Yeah,
clutch.
that's a 2
Double
highlights.
clutch reverse, dude.
All right.
Mason Plumlee, eat your heart out.
9. These are all good.
Yeah, 9,
His
9,
his
9,
dunks
9,
are
9,
10s or 9s, man. 10s or 9. We all went full Dwayne Wade on those last ones.
Sorry.
We apologize.
Well, he's
AG.
gonna have more than 7.5 10s this year.
That was fun, guys. AG.
That dude.
Chill.
Hey, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Take it easy.